Welcome to Engadget's unnamed weekly roundup of video game news. I'm senior reporter Jessica Condit. Here's what's going on in games right now. It's been a slow few weeks in the world of video game marketing, likely because everyone is saving all of their big news for the Game Awards. Thankfully, that's coming to a head this week. The Game Awards will go live on Thursday, December 7th at 7:30 p.m. ET. Expect a few hours of game announcements, new trailers, awkward interviews, and musical performances, including one by the fictional band from Alan Wake 2. Oh, and there'll be some awards too, I guess. Amazon dropped the first trailer for its live-action Fallout series, and man, it sure does look like Fallout. The show is set in Los Angeles 200 years after the nuclear apocalypse, and it stars Yellow Jackets actor Ella Purnell, plus Walter Goggins, Alan Moten, and Kyle MacLachlan. It's heading to Prime Video on April 12th, 2024. The biggest news item this week, pre the Game Awards, is the first official trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6. So it's Monday night as we're filming this, and I just recorded a bunch of fake over-the-top reactions to a trailer I hadn't seen before for a bit we were gonna do. Wow, palm trees? Nice sunset. Is that Larsa? But literally 5 minutes ago, Rockstar dropped the trailer, so oh well. GTA 6 is set in Vice City, it's coming out in 2025, and we're gonna hear a lot more about it really soon. So go watch the trailer. Now for the meat of this week's news. This year, the Game Awards threw a pixelated grenade into the long-standing debate about what indie actually means. One of the titles nominated for Best Independent Game, Dave the Diver, was commissioned and bankrolled by Nexon, one of the largest video game studios in South Korea. It's not indie, and its inclusion in this category highlights how little consensus there still is around the definition. This is kind of my area of expertise. It's my 13th year as a video game journalist, and indie games have always been a core feature of my reporting. I've spent a lot of time thinking about what I mean when I say indie, so I sat down and formalized this thought process. There are 3 questions that can help define a game in an indie gray area. Is the team on the mainstream system's payroll? Is the team or game owned by a platform holder? And do the artists have creative control? I dig into these questions in the written piece on Engadget, and I discuss how having a publisher isn't related to the indie label at all. But when all else fails in the indie debate, there's one ultimate question to ask. Can this team exist without my support? This is why the distinction matters. The indie label helps to identify the artists that would not exist without game sales, crowdfunding, or word-of-mouth support from players. It exists to determine the teams that are truly living and dying on game sales, and it helps players decide where to spend their money. If Dave the Diver didn't sell well, its team would likely have the chance to try again. If, say, Pizza Tower didn't sell well, its studio could have folded. But yeah, I think this is an important conversation, so give that story a read and let us know in the comments if you think my questions help or just make things more confusing. It's probably a little bit of both. And in other gaming news, it's been a rough year for Unity and things got a little worse for its employees last Wednesday. Unity laid off 265 people, or nearly 4% of its global workforce, and it's closing as many as 14 offices. Homeworld 3 has been delayed again, just slightly, and it's now due out on March 8th, 2024. Dragon's Dogma 2 also got a release date this week, and that's March 22nd, 2024. And I thought we'd close this out with a few games that I'm really into right now. I've been thoroughly enjoying the Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood on Steam Deck. It's the latest game from Deconstruct Team, the indie studio that made the Red Strings Club and Gods Will Be Watching. The Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood is a game about building tarot decks, manipulating elections, betraying a coven of witches, and seducing everyone. It's sexy and well-written, and I highly recommend it. Another game I'm looking forward to is A Highland Song from indie studio Inkle Limited. It just came out this week, and I'm excited to dive in. Let us know in the comments what you're playing. Also, we still don't know what to call this weekly video game news show, so leave us some name suggestions too. Thank you. Subscribe to our channel, and if you liked this, catch our weekly tech news show on Fridays too. As always, head to Engadget.com for all the latest in video games and tech.